What is up, guys? Welcome back to Roma Theory. It's been a few days. I was actually in Poland these past 3 days. We found these €40 round trip tickets and we bought them. So we were there these past few days. Great country. We were in Krakow. So if any Polish is watching this, great city Krakow is. So I did miss these couple of days. Nothing much happened around the Roma world, to be honest with you. So I don't think I missed much. We're starting to see, of course, the transfer window is officially open. We're starting to see the first rumors, the first links, the first contacts. And one of them is Wesley, the right back from Flamengo, who just played the Club World Cup. I actually think he'll be our first hit. And I'll explain to you why I think this deal will get done. Why we'll get this done. And I also think... yeah, he is going to be the first signing. I think there are a few reasons that kind of conceptualize why I think we're going to get this done. One of them being the urgency of a fresh new right back. But yeah, it's been a few days. How did everyone do? I know you missed me. Oh, by the way, I didn't go live, so I didn't share my thoughts and prayers and words on the Diogo Jota situation. It's fucking scary. It has genuinely shocked me. It has. I was in Poland and I woke up and I was... you know that feeling that you kind of take a while before actually understanding what you're looking at? That was the exact feeling when I got my phone and opened up Instagram and seeing the posts. It was exactly that. It was that feeling that something ain't like they got something wrong, because it could not have been that. So yeah, I mean it's scary, guys. It's scary. Don't take every day for granted. Let's not turn philosophical. We're here to speak about Roma, but it's the sad truth. Enjoy every moment, because one little detail, in that case, one tire popping, can change your life from this to this. The guy got married 5 days before that, and now he's gone. So it's scary. It really is. Life is scary by itself. It can change from this to this in seconds. So I don't know how that family will have the strength to move forward now. They will, because they will, but I don't know how that poor wife will move forward. I really don't. They have three children, and they're very young. They got married 5 days ago, and in literally in the span of 9 days, he's gone. So, and the parents, who's not just Diogo Jota, of course. That this is the issue with media and famous people. You also have the brother. Yeah, look, I send all my thoughts and prayers. But let's bring some positivity in, because otherwise we're gonna be here grieving them all day long. Right, transfer session. Let me just turn this on. I always forget to do this now that we're doing these in golden hour. Francisco, how you doing, mate? Messi says we ain't signing a left winger. How do you know, mate? Eddie, I know it's early to say anything. Transfer window barely started, but you see us having chance for top 4, and do you see this long-term successful project that will bring Scudetto Europe? I have to be honest with you. Before we get into the rumors, I want to actually tell you this little scoop, because one of my father's best friends is a very close friend of Angelo Mangiante, who, we always kind of refer to, because he's one of the most reliable sources. He's the Sky Sports Roma correspondent. He works around Roma basically every day of the week. He's got important contacts. And it's nice to get his opinions when they're not in front of a camera, because of course the opinions of a journalist can change when it's front of a camera and when it's off, his thoughts, because there are of course things that he can't say. And we were in my dad's club where he does this, where he plays sports and he exercises. And my cousin plays tennis there, and we were there because there was this tournament and we were watching, or my cousin play the tennis game. And Angelo Mangiante has his son who plays tennis with my cousin. And he was there watching the tennis with us. And me, my dad's friend, my dad, and Angelo Mangiante had a chat. And Angelo Mangiante says that it's things that we've mentioned on Roma Theory before, that he's got the feeling that for the first time ever, the keys of Trigoria have been handed to people who know what to do. And he says that the technical fitness elements that Gasperini has selected are very competent. And he's also said that he's been told that the training, the first 20 days of the preseason are going to be very crucial, and that one of the things that Gasperini has decided is to actually sit some training sessions during the evening, which is something that we never did before because of the heat conditions, which are unbearable. I can confirm here in Rome it's unbearable. You can't get out of your house if you don't have a ventilator or things. So yeah, it's interesting to get such an important vote. I mean, I say important. Of course, he's not Fabrizio Romano, but he's somebody who works at Roma. He's hired by Roma. He's hired by Sky Sports, and he gets paid by Roma not to say certain things to Sky Sports. So to actually have a chat with him about Roma off camera and actually getting his real opinions was interesting. And yeah, basically, yeah, I agree with him. I see us get top 4 this season, not necessarily because it's the start of something which could ultimately be good, but also because, realistically speaking, a lot of our opponents have massively downgraded. I think Inter have got the quality, and I'm the first one to say, don't base Inter's season on this Club World Cup. Don't, because this Club World Cup is nonsense. Inter never wanted to play this Club World Cup, you can tell. But I don't see Inter. I see Inter struggling. I see Inter struggling because I think these players are dead. Inter have got a very similar analogy to the way we lost that Budapest final with Mourinho, which ended the cycle. After that Budapest game, we've said many times, we had to clear, end it. And with hindsight, the truth is that Mourinho should have probably left after that Budapest final. Inzaghi left after the Munich final. But a lot of players have stayed. And I think these players are psychologically dead from that final, and it will affect them. They've hired somebody who is not experienced enough to carry Inter. He could be good. He can prove me wrong. I hope he doesn't, but he can. Kivu can prove me very wrong. But is he able to go from Parma, saving Parma from relegation, to Inter in such a quick amount of time? I don't know. Inter have downgraded. I'm not saying we're going to get above Inter, but we can pull a fight with them. So you see what I mean? I think, yes, I agree with what people say. For the first time ever, I'm seeing a good project. Gasperini is experienced. Gasperini is a good manager. Back him, back him, back him. But combine the fact that teams will not be the same as these past few seasons. Atalanta is the other one. So Lazio's the other one. Sarri's a good manager, but Lazio can't spend money. If you give that current team to Sarri, he can try work magic, but it's going to be complicated. You see what I mean? We are starting to build something, and other teams have started to lose something. And I will also dare to say that if we don't get top 4 this season, yikes. You know, Gasperini, of course, has pronounced the word top 4 as the maximum objective this season, and I agree. The maximum objective this season, of course, in my head, it's that Europa League victory. But the best thing that we can achieve in his first season is Champions League football. Okay? But it's not that impossible as Gasperini is making it to be. Of course, he says it not to higher everyone's expectations, but realistically speaking, it's not that complicated to get top 4. Imagine if it's top 5 if we go well, if Italian teams go well in Europe. You know, if you don't get top 5 with Inter downgrading, Atalanta downgrading, Lazio who can't spend a single penny in the market unless they sell, apart from Napoli, Juve, and Milan, you're there and you can pull a fight with Inter, who are psychologically dead, a cycle has ended, inexperienced manager. Atalanta, do I really need to tell you who manages Atalanta? And number 3, Lazio, who can't spend a single penny. So if it's top 5, great, but we can and need to pull a fight for top 4 as well. Right, Wesley. Apparently he's the first player. He could be the first player that we will end up signing in this transfer session. Plays for Flamengo, Brazilian. Di Marzio has confirmed this. Mangiante has confirmed this. The contacts are there. The contacts are ready. I think we can see an acceleration this week. Di Marzio initially said that Roma is trying to unlock this deal through the synergy with Everton. Di Marzio basically said that, of course, we're both owned. Everton and Roma are both owned by the Fredkin Group. So Di Marzio has launched the rumor that the Fredkins are trying to install this deal via Everton, in a sense that Everton buy him and then they loan him out to Roma. People say, is that illegal? It can't be illegal because Udinese and Watford have done the same thing for years, being under the same ownership. Teams do it. It's not illegal. The only thing is, there are 2 issues. Number 1, does the player want to be treated like a doll? I don't think he is accepting to be treated like a doll with no sense of projectuality. And number 2, does the club who spends the money for him and then gifts it to the other club, would the fans be happy about this? I definitely would not like Roma to be treated like a puppet. So I'm not sure it's bureaucratically illegal. I think it is legal. You can do it. But I'm not sure the player wants this, because it means that, you're going from there to there and you don't know where you are in the future. And number 2, does Everton accept to be? Would Everton fans accept to be treated like this, kind of doing favours for us? So, yeah, I don't know if we will end up doing it via the Everton path. But to be honest with you, my thoughts on this is it's a lot of money. It is. It's a lot of money for a player that realistically speaking, you've only seen him in this Club World Cup if you've been following it. But apart from this Club World Cup, you're lying if you're saying you saw him, unless you're Brazilian. And I know you're lying because I know that unless you're Brazilian, you don't watch the Brazilian league. Don't lie to me. You've never watched him play. So it's a lot of money for a player that has not played in Europe yet. A lot of money for a player who has only played in Brazil. The reason, however, I say I want him is because Gasperini has wanted this guy for about 3 years now. He wanted him 2 years ago at Atalanta, and then the deal stopped. He wanted and pushed to sign him after Atalanta won the Europa League last summer, and now he's pushing to sign him with us as well. So he's somebody that Gasperini desperately wants. He's somebody that Gasperini has wanted everywhere and wants him in his team. So with that being said, I say go for him. Go for him because this is exactly what you need to do to be successful with Gasperini. Back him in every single form. I don't care if you haven't heard of him. I don't care if you like him or not. I don't care if you like the name or not. We said this. We are going to sign a lot of unknown players with Gasperini. Players that he has kind of studied in detail, carried his research about, and players that can fit his style. So I say go for him. I'll be honest with you, the 10 minutes that I've watched of Wesley in the Club World Cup, he messed up against, I can't remember the game, but he messed up badly. I think it was Chelsea maybe? Maybe it was Chelsea. I'm not sure if it was Chelsea or Bayern Munich. But the 10 minutes that I've seen of him in the Club World Cup, he messed badly. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a player after seeing him 10 minutes. Absolutely. So I say this, and I think we will get the deal done because you'd present yourself well to the manager. If you immediately get somebody that he wants and has asked for even at his previous club, you're showing them you want to back him. So go for him. He wants him. I'm all for it if Gas wants him. And these players that he really, 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 really wants are the players that end up exploding under him. So bring it on, and hopefully it goes through. How is the budget 100 million when Ranieri said it was going to be a small budget? Well, I think it's confusing because it's not the fact that you have a small budget. It's the fact that you need to be careful on what you spend and on what you sell. So when Ranieri said those things in those press conferences, number one, we had to generate the FFP sum of capital gain by the 30th of June. We did it successfully. We only got fined 3 million, which compared to other clubs is nothing. So well done on that. It's not the fact that we have a small budget. We can spend as much money as we want, but we won't be spending a lot of money. And I don't know how you say this. It's not the money you spend. It's the salaries that irritates Roma and that irritates, and that irritates UEFA and FFP. FFP is not about the money you spend on players for price tags. It's about the salaries and wages that you give to players and how they need to basically fit in with the amortization. It's a mess. I don't want to get into that. But of course, the two things are connected. So 100 million budget, you look at it like this, big budget. It's a normal budget for a team which wants to spend. It is. We spent 100 million last summer. Don't think that we spent less than 100 million last summer. Kone, Dovbyk, Sule together costed you around 70 million. So 100 million, when you look at it like this, is big. You're like, we've never spent 100 million before. No, we have. We definitely have. So 100 million is a lot when you look at it like this, because we're Roma, we're used to small budgets. But it's not that big for a team which wants to spend. You need to get 5 players for 100 million. It's not that much. That's an average of what? 20 million per player. So when you look at it like this, it's not a lot of money at all. You need to cover 5 positions. And if you've got a 100 million budget, that's an average of 20 million per position. That's not a lot of money. It's about how well you spend the money, okay? So, yeah, but the obstacles are not on the price tags that you pay. You can spend as much money as you want, but of course you can't make it compatible with the salaries that you can give to players. So you can't spend too much for a big player because he demands a lot of money. See what I mean? So that's the reason. You changed your mind very quickly. 10 days ago, you said you will never bring him to Roma. No, yeah, absolutely. And I stick with my words. I want to bring him in only because the manager really wants him. If Gasperini doesn't desperately want him, I definitely think you can go for other. And you can probably go for better, for cheaper. Because Flamengo are asking 25 million. That's a lot of money. Absolutely. I only want him because the manager really wants him. If Gasperini can go, oh yeah, it's fine, get me Zortea from Cagliari instead of him, I'm choosing Zortea every day of the week. He's less expensive, knows the Serie better, and is less of a gamble. Because, a player like Wesley, a player who's never played outside of Brazil, is either the new Maicon or the new Bruno Perez. It's a gamble. And I've said it many times, I'm not willing to take gambles in current stages where we need to be so careful with the amount of money that we spend. So, I stick with what I said. If it wasn't for Gasperini wanting him so much, I could have easily not wanted him. But I want to back the manager because I know that the only way to move forward is by backing him. And you need to back him. I've said this so many times. It's the key to the Gasperini success. Are we having watch-alongs this season? No watch-alongs. It's going to be like last season. We're going to have vlogs, more travel vlogs. We're all going to go to more games. Also because I might be saying something not correct, but if I've understood this correctly, I'll be free on Mondays because I will have no lessons at uni. So it's very good for away days and things. So yeah, there'll be vlogs, match reactions, and we will also have post-game talks with other people coming on and joining. But no, we won't have watch-alongs. Is Fratesi coming to Roma? No, I don't think he is. And I don't even think Gasperini wants him, to be honest. But yeah, guys, look, it's the last week of holiday for the players. Thoughts on O'Reilly? He'd be good next to Kone. Yeah, Di Marzio's also confirmed O'Reilly. Haven't seen much of him, but he's another player that Gasperini really wanted at Atalanta. So, yeah, he's been a bit on and off with injuries this season, so you need to be careful. But yeah, he's not a bad name. Yeah, look, I expect a signing this week because camp starts on Monday. Next Monday, not tomorrow. Next Monday, we have preseason starting. And if you can give Gasperini 1/2 players by the first day of the preseason, it would be golden. And he would much appreciate it. So yeah, ideally 2. But realistically, you need to start getting somebody this week. Maybe it could be Wesley himself. I know that other players have been linked with us, but we'll see what Di Marzio says. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get back going. We have Monday, preseason starts. We have 20 days in Rome. Then we've got 10 days in England. And then we move into August. We've got friendly games coming up. So there will definitely be more things to say. I'm in Rome this week, so we'll see each other because I'll be out next week, but I'll be in Rome this week. So we'll have a talk. I'll do my keep bench sell. I know I said I was going to do this ages ago. I will do it this week. And then, yeah, wherever the transfer rumor wind brings us, we will navigate through it. Hit the like, subscribe, guys, if you're ready for it. One more week of holiday for these players, and then the Gasperini brutal preseason begins. Hit the like, subscribe. 100 likes would be great. And catch you soon. See you out.